Welcome to my channel. You might have already seen my two videos, I'm sure of it, of economics chapter number 1. See, in the first video, it was 1.1, that is introduction. In the second, I have given basic characteristics of the Indian economy as an emerging economy. And today we are going to see the third part of it, which is comparison of Indian economy with developed economies with respect to national income, per capita income, agriculture, industry, and service sector. Friends, if you have not subscribed this channel, please subscribe this channel, and you can ask your friends who are of Savitribai Phule University to subscribe this channel. Even they can have the benefit of these video lectures. Okay, friends. Now, when we say that Indian economy is an emerging economy, we make the comparison of emerging economy with developed economy, so that we come to know where do we stand. Always, it has to be started with national income, because for every country, national income is an important indicator. Now, according to National Income Estimate measures the volume of commodities and services turned out during a given period, counted without duplication. So friends, when the production is more of goods and services, definitely we are on the way to growth. That is the reason we take national income for comparison. Now, when we compare national income, we know that India is not having such a great fund of national income. Now, if you just go for the statistics, you will come to know that per capita NNP at factor cost price per capita national income at 1999 and 2000 prices is 39,904 crores. So in that way we are lagging behind. As we know, second indicator is per capita income. As we know what is per capita income, it is population, right? Income divided by population. So population plays a major role in it. Now, friends, we know population is more. Definitely it affects our per capita income. Therefore, per capita income is low in India. In 2007, it was just $950 only. So, if you see, except a few countries, India is having a lowest per capita income. And as we know, developed economies always having a large per capita income. Now, secondly, if we come to know per capita income, why is important? Because it shows the level of standard of living of a person or in the country. Definitely, when we compare our standard of living with the people living in America, we find a great difference. Third and important is going to be agriculture. Because we are having an agrarian economy. We have already seen most of the people live directly or indirectly for their livelihood on agriculture. And that is the reason it is a backbone of our economy. Now, what is the position of agriculture? When we say it is the backbone, we should know whether is it strong, and if it is not, what is the reason? So first is population engaged in agriculture. In our country, large population is engaged in agriculture, but the output compared to it is very less. When we compare to France, The proportion is 7% and in Australia it is 6% of the population which is engaged in agriculture. Indian agriculture provides employment to around 55% of the total workforce in the economy. But again, we know, due to some things which we'll see in the second chapter, that we are not having a great output in agriculture field. Now we compare international comparison of agriculture productivity. When we make the comparison of the agricultural activity at international level, friends, we come to know that there also we are not having a very good statistics. When we make the agriculture productivity comparison, we should take into consideration is yield per hectare. Yield per hectare. Please remember what we are taking is yield per hectare. Now, in India, there is variety of crops which we are cultivating. But rice is the main crop which we are cultivating in India. But then also its yield is just 1/3 of that of Egypt and little less than that of China. Now, second crop, of course, is going to be wheat. In last 30 years, due to Green Revolution, there is an increase. Friends, please, you have to write in your exams why there is an increase. When you say that there is an increase in last 30 years, you have to mention it is due to Green Revolution. Next is, if we take the average yield in India, generally ranges between 30 to 50% only of the highest average yield in the world. So we know that there is going to be a challenge for us to increase our annual yield. Green Revolution, we'll see in the next chapter, was confined to wheat only. So it was also known as wheat revolution, and that is the result we see 30% increase in wheat production. Now for agriculture, what is important is irrigation. Why? Because we depend largely on rainfall for agriculture. But rainfall is not evenly distributed over all states of India. Not only that, sometimes it is only for 4 months in certain states. So what we need is irrigation facilities. Now here, of course, the government has spent more money for major, medium and minor irrigation works. In this way, India has the largest irrigation area among all the countries in the world. Of course, which has resulted in increase in yield of food grains. When you have enough water, the yield will be more because you can go for more crops in a year. The central government initiated the Accelerated Irrigation Benefit Program, which is also known as AIBP. Definitely, which has given us a very good results. Next is consumption of fertilizers. After definitely water, what we need is a good fertilizers for agriculture. Now, our farmers, as we have seen, is a dualistic economy. Some farmers definitely, who are large holding farmers, can afford for pesticides, insecticides, chemical fertilizers, but there are many farmers who cannot afford, and therefore they stick to the traditional way of fertilizers. Now, the consumption of fertilizers in India per hectare in 1950-51 was negligible. But in 2005 and 6, we saw that it has increased to 104.65 kilograms. Because slowly, due to the government awareness programs, the farmers have realized that the fertilizers are important. If you put a good fertilizers, you have a good crop. This we talk about agriculture, primary sector. Now we go for the secondary sector, which is also an industry sector. As we know that the progress of economy or development of economy depends on secondary and tertiary sectors. During last 50 years since 1951, there is a progress in industrialization because we are on the way to development or advanced countries. We have realized the importance of industrialization. So since last 50 years, there is a real growth in industrial production. Now, when we see that industry is basically production centers, in India, it accounts for 1.8% of the world's manufacturing output. World's manufacturing growth was 3.4% in first quarter of 2014 and 15, that is 2014 and 15. In this way, we have increased, but where? In which exactly commodities? The main items which have boosted world manufacturing output are tobacco products, transport equipments, basic metals, radio, TV and communication equipment, and machinery and equipment. In this way, we are having a positive growth. Positive growth definitely in electrical items. So, these items and the electronic industries needs to be encouraged to increase the domestic production facilities, because whatever we have facilities are not going to be enough to conquer the home market as well as the world market. Now, global industrial production shows what? It shows a clear sign of recovery. Because of globalization, we know that trade is very easily done among the countries, between the countries, and therefore industrialization is playing an important role. Now, when we compare Indian economy with developed economies with respect to service sector, which is the last sector. See, first we saw national income, then per capita income, then agriculture, that is a primary sector, then secondary sector, which is industry. Now we are going to the tertiary sector, which is a service sector. And as we know, for any country to be a developed country, tertiary sector plays an important role. Now, according to the data, during the year 2006 and 7, the share of service industry and agriculture in India's GDP is 55.1% and 26.4% and 18.6% respectively. That is, highest share was that of tertiary sector. Now friends, we must know what is a tertiary sector. Now tertiary sector is communication facilities, trade, hotels, restaurants, railways, even post, telegraph, everything is covered in it. And that is important in today's world when we are going for the globalization. So the share of service sector in India's GDP is 55%, while its share in China's GDP is 40.7%. So in all friends, definitely tertiary sector is increasing. But then also we have to push it more. Now, Global Purchasing Managers Index shows that the strongest gains in activity was recorded in Hong Kong, China, and France. This shows a disparity between performance of Eurozone national economies and Japan and Ireland and other countries. Now, US obviously ranked first in service sector in GDP, then China, then Japan. Ours rank is 10th. Whenever you are writing the answers, please underline that we are having the 10th rank in the tertiary sector. So friend, that's all. We have completed the first chapter, and I'm sure you have got little comfortable ideas of how to write the paper. Always remember, in economics, when you're writing a paper, we always want you to write with the headings properly, and the inside answers should be properly underlined. Thank you very much. Have a good day. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel. Please share your views with us. Please give likes, because your likes will definitely boost my morale to give more and more knowledge. Thank you very much. Have a good day.